Chapter 11. Lily and Era, clean source spirit having lives. There was no possibility of a physical body holding Lilith's spirit, let alone the spirit of Aramelius. So the singular focal point of each of them would have to be removed. Each of the two focal points had the greatest density of the spirit itself. Each focal point was the strongest part of the spirit. The focal points are called Lily and Era, the new mother and father source spirit. The new format of the focal points is compassion, honor, and equality. This is what they, as powerful, clean source energy, have learned from having lives. Anyone can make a recipe for soup, but it takes someone who understands all the ingredients and how they work together to make a really good pot of it. Similarly, you need to have lives before you can understand how to control their flow, so the spirits can grow properly without creating abusive frequencies or bad tastes in them. More importantly, you have to help others grow in harmony to their own vibrations and not abuse them intentionally. The original first being, male and female, intentionally abused everything in creation to increase the size of energy each energy field it abused. This way, when the time came, they would be able to put these now larger soul mates together, send them to one of the new universes, and have them release more of their spirit energy, creating more souls that they would worship than they would have otherwise. Then there would be more souls to worship them. Instead of 1,000,000,000 more souls, you might get 1,000,000,000,000 more. This was the premise given to Sylvia Brown. Sylvia is a young soul from the fourth wave. In other words, she is a fourth generation human soul. As with any of her young age, the fourth generation, Sylvia needs to learn arrogance, greed, and a few other similar things before moving forward into some of the harder life themes. She also was good about obeying the original male and female, following their orders. I've always thought highly of Sylvia's spirit. She loves information. You have to forcefully yank her out of the Akashic records to get her to do something else from time to time. She always talked about giving praise to a mother god and a father god. This will not be part of the new creations format. It's time for all parts of creation, physical and spirit, to become aware of who they are, the entirety of their family, and where they're going. Sylvia passed at the age of 77. That number is knowledge. That number is appropriate for her. The number 7 stands for spiritual knowledge. 77 is called the double elders number, giving it more importance and depth than a singular seven. I never say the word master because it implies the existence of slaves. I believe in neither. I've been a slave more than anyone else. I remember what it's like. What the heck, it works for me. Starting in the year 2016 era, we'll deal with the issues of protection and supplying the field energy, while Lily will be what she is inside, but has never been allowed to be in life. Namely, she will be an incredible loving mother with smooth and will smooth out everyone's lives where possible and bringing a mother's love where needed. This is not where era. This is not what Era and Lily's initial purposes were. Era and Lily were meant to grow stronger, to abusively control others, but they gained understanding through countless lives, and this allowed them to outgrow their formatting. Lily's first independent focal point of last life was that of Marilyn Monroe, a beautiful young lady who was, for being a loving mother spirit, was tortured from the time of her birth in the way that would hurt her the most. She was abandoned for 18 hours at birth, mother, and at 2 weeks and 4 days old, and she was abandoned many times for over a month at a time. Marilyn Monroe was given a life of abuse through the lack of love. She was also given a body that could not bear children. For a body with loving mother spirit, that's torture. If you could have looked into her eyes, you would have been able to feel her pain. If you could have felt into her heart, you would have been able to understand it. I can't go there long because it breaks me down. I'm in constant contact with her because of the spirit inside of me, as I'm Era inside. There is nothing I care more for than Lily, my beautiful, loving, better half. Era has had over 10.846 trillion lives. Lily has had over 8 trillion lives. At the moment, many of Lily's early focal points are in energetic healing chambers, recuperating from too many lives of abuse, especially the last billion or so. There is no mother source right now other than a small part of Lily herself. The original first being, male and female, were killed off in May 2013. They were permanently destroyed. Spirit can be destroyed by the protector because it kept growing stronger from all its abusive lives. The protector can also destroy energy itself. This is avoided whenever possible. It's a sad moment in creation's history. Lily's story is very sad. It's a little more than a series of lives in which she was continuously attacked by the original male and female. She has a beautiful flow of pure spirit from her eyes, like that of unicorns, that make people fall in love with her or simply become attracted to her for no reason that they know. This is how Lily led the beings who were half animal and half human into the lower dimensions. This is also the reason why Lily has been wrongly accused of being the great seductress, or the mother of demons in the Torah Bible. There was a truth to many of the creatures of Greek mythology. We can discuss these beings in greater detail later. They were in Lemuria and Atlantis first. Many of the female spirits released from Lily and Era have the same eye contact ability. Cleopatra, the one with Mark Antony and Caesar, was one such spirit being. She now resides in Florida. Cleopatra's eyes have the glow that is unmistakable. There are others here on Earth with the same ability as well. Marilyn Monroe was Lily's last slave. Her eyes had the same ability, yet they were also filled with pain and suffering. Once out of body, we are no longer attached to a constant input of emotions. We often forget about how it is hard to deal with these things in body, yet we're not aware of even as spirit the abusive frequencies that had grown within us